So I feel compelled to come and share. And for whatever reason, it's happening now. It comes in spurts, but I was contemplating, like, what is it really that I want to communicate? And I can really only communicate my own experience. I mean, if you were to see my design, which is on my website, if you want to see my design, I'm built for sharing the experiences I go through, and sharing the direction that I'm moving in, and for whatever that is, whatever comes of that, whoever listens. And I might have just one person listening, I don't even know. I just post a video and go, so maybe nobody's seeing it. I don't know, but I feel compelled because I feel like I found something that I want to share, and that thing that I feel I found is me, is myself, but through different tools that I've come across, I am finding more and more capacity to live in the now, with the dichotomy that I feel the world more and more confusing and more uncertain. And it's just amazing to me that there are more reasons than ever for my mind to freak out about the future and freak out about, to be full of fear. Life is always uncertain. Sometimes it feels like we have more, our feet more solidly on the ground than we actually do. But it feels to me that the rug is being pulled out from under all of us for the last years. And I certainly feel that in my life. I have no clue what's happening. I have no clue about where I'm going, what I'm doing, what I'm gonna do, whatever. The future, it's really hard for me to speak now in future terms, because it just more and more just holding on to the now. And my sense is that if each of us, whoever cannot find that individual, personal, interior guiding light, very quickly, I would say, in the next couple of years, it's going to be really hard. I think that's my feeling, that's my sense, because and the Human Design Revelation speaks about this major change that's coming in 2027, and whether you believe it or not, there's videos you can look into that if you just do some searches. So I'm not going to go really into that right now, but the point is that I read about those things back in when I was first getting into human design, and I was like, whatever, we'll see about that. I'm just going to check out this part about what my design is and what everybody else's design is, because I was more interested in all the people around me. I'm a projector. I want to know about all the people around me. But truly, we are witnessing what that revelation speaks about, which is the breakdown of all of our institutions. It's the breakdown of the bonds of agreements that we make between each other, the willpower to to follow through with I will do this for you if you do this for me. I will give you this if you give me that. And upon all of this bargain making is where our civilization has been constructed, in detail and skillfully, to create the institutions that we've trusted, and they're falling apart at the seams, all of them. And things are just more and more uncertain. And if I didn't have this growing trust in myself, I think I'd be a bit of a basket case, to be honest. Because that's always been quite easy for me to be, a basket case. And to get to this point, well, I haven't got anywhere, but to feel myself in a space where I trust myself. And when I say I trust myself, it's like there's actually an impersonal thing to that, because it's like, this is me here on earth, but there's a higher self that's actually witnessing this, that isn't this. And the trusting is like trusting that this Abbott that's here incarnated has a direction and has a navigation. And this witness back here somewhere does have the possibility to just sit and watch and not, freak out so much. And this for me is huge, because my whole life, my design son is in gate 63, the gate of doubt. Doubting everything, always finding a problem, can always see any situation, find the problem in the situation and ask, well, what about this? Well, what about if that? Well, what about if, so mental anxiety that I've always lived about, making decisions. Should I do this? Should I do that? And I always looked outside of me for those answers. Somebody else, can help me figure this out, because I don't have strategical capacity. My mind desperately tries to put plans and strategies together, and it's laughable because I don't have a mind built that way. And so it's really tiring to question yourself all the time. It's really tiring to question if you're doing the right thing or the wrong thing, or if you should live like this or like that, or should you go there or go here or stay there, or or do whatever. And to always be seeking that outside of yourself is exhausting. And in the middle of crisis, shock, and chaos, I feel those are themes that I'm seeing in my life and I'm seeing around me. And in this uncertainty of we're on the cusp of a huge change in the world, in the frequency of the world, and what you believe that you could trust outside of you, maybe you haven't experienced that yet, but I've seen that I can't trust it. Any of it, any of the institutions, any of the authorities, any of the experts. So where do you go? Where do you go when it's not outside of you? You go inside. And that is what I feel like my impulse to share what I'm going through in my story of what it is to become me, hoping that it can inspire somebody else to go inside and get to this place where you really trust yourself. And you don't need to ask anybody else what to do, where to go, how to live. For you just know that you are equipped for whatever life brings because you are part of life. And you are this unique cell in this organism of the universe with your own unique place, your own unique role, your own unique connections, perspective. Nobody lives inside your skin. Nobody ever could, except for you. You're the only one that's inhabiting you. And finding this place of self-trust is like that. That's the key to self-love. You don't try to love yourself. You slowly give up being what you're not, and then you watch your true self emerge. And then you trust it more and more. And it's not easy. It's scary because it's not what your mind has in mind. But right now, the way I see it is I have no other idea how to navigate the world right now, except through following my inner authority. Blindly, in the sense that I don't know where it's taking me. I don't know. I just don't know. That's where I live right now. I live in I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do 5 minutes from now. I don't know. Well, and the truth is that I never did. But my mind always tried to get on top of it, to figure things out. It still does. It still tries to. But I'm settling more into that place where, accepting my fragility, accepting the limitations of who I am, and finding the transcendence, little by little, that can bring. And I don't know what's coming. If anything's coming, I mean, the only thing that we have is now. And in this now, the only thing that I have is this splenic center inside me that's connected to my direction and just quietly shows me yes or no, or sometimes nothing, which means no, which means just hang out and wait and see. And that's what I get a lot. Hang out and wait and see. Wait and see. Hang out, wait. Yeah, I just would like to see more people around me finding that inside themselves. because I feel it. I feel this potential inside the people around me. I feel it. I see it. I see the power in people around me. And then I see the fear and frustration that keeps them from truly connecting to that and trusting it. And I don't know what else to trust.